So you clicked on this video wondering if the Starcore palette from Cheeryep is worth it, and I won't beat around the bush here, it is absolutely worth it. Please stay though to let me tell you why. I wanted to recreate Rinia's look and I used the tutorial from Hello Adri or Hello Adri, and I'll have them linked below because it uses nearly every shade in this palette and it just looks incredible. It looks amazing on them both, and it was very easy to recreate because the shades are like delineated enough that you could create a tutorial of your own just looking at the way they have their eyeshadows done. But the tutorial was very helpful. So this is one of the eye looks and I'll have a couple on screen. There's going to be a tutorial now coming up, so I'll have that chaptered. I purchased this myself and I bought it for Christmas. I'm not affiliated with Cheeryep, but I do have a link to Benable. There is a link to Yes Style and I think it's currently on sale. And if you decide to buy through my link, I do earn some cash back. And if you do decide to buy from my link, thank you very much. And if you want to sign up to Benable, let me know and I'll give you my code. There are 11 mattes, there are 3 duochromes, 1 true multi-chrome and a white shimmery shade, which I really like because it's quite neutral and it will work with a lot of things even if you're not using this palette. And the shade here, the embossing is gone on it, which you can probably tell that's just an overspray. Let's talk about the multi-chrome. You would think that this is squishy based on how it looks in the pan. These other shades here look quite smooth. Maybe that red one looks a little bit flaky, but this multi-chrome here is very, very smooth. It's really smooth on the eye, it blends out really well, and it's the only eyeshadow where I've become an embarrassing influencer. You know, you see them in videos all the time where they gasp, and yeah, I actually gasped when I used this first. I was embarrassed with myself. I had to take a minute and be like, okay, it's just an eyeshadow, but what an eyeshadow, like what an eyeshadow. It is one of the best. I never thought I'd be saying this. I never thought I'd be saying this because I am such a Cleona stan, but this multi-chrome is better than Niello. And why do I recommend this palette over Cleona's Niello if you like this multi-chrome? You're getting a whole palette for basically the price of 1.5 Cleona eyeshadows. It does, however, have a purple base, so if you decide to blend it out, a bit of purple will show through. So just be aware of that. In saying that, they're not squishy, right? Especially the multi-chrome. I apply everything with my finger. If I use a brush, it's usually like a pencil brush for the inner corner, which is what I did for the sparkly shade, and it applied great. But for this multi-chrome especially, you could maybe get away with a flat brush, but I wouldn't recommend anything thicker than like a really, really flat eyeshadow brush. It does have a tendency to pick up a little bit and become flaky as mica, you know what I mean, like mica flakes, but not on the eyes. It doesn't pill up on the eyes, it doesn't do anything of the sort. It applies very, very smooth and it was easy to like flatten out. I was surprised as well using this green shade here that has the pink sparkle, how good this was as a highlighter. You can't really see it because my lighting is not great, but I put some more on my nose so you can see. And I've just turned my lights down a little bit. But that is so reflective and you're not really seeing the green as much. Even in person, it's more pink than green. Sorry, I keep looking at the record button and not the camera. Apologies for that, but I'm talking to you, you know. Most of the time I'm talking to myself, okay? I'd be walking around my room talking to myself about eyeshadow and stuff, but now I'm talking to the camera. I may as well put it to good use. This red orangey shade is lovely too. I was surprised at how much I like it. I used it in the tutorial and it is nice. I'm not a huge fan of red eyeshadow looks. I don't do a lot of red. I'm a big blue and purple fan and kind of grungy tones, but it turned out really well, I have to say. I used to wear red all the time, but then I just went off of it. But this other half of the palette is still great. And you're getting 2 color stories for the price of 1. And like if you use makeup, chances are you already have a palette similar to this, or you have a mix of palettes that have these shades. But I'm just saying, if you're new to makeup, I do recommend this one because of its versatility. The mattes built up and blended very well. I did have some issue with my inner corner, blending the white into my inner corner. It went patchy on my eyeshadow primer. I think it was just I didn't put enough down. This blue is very, very bright as well. This blue is really bright, very, very vibrant. It has a purple shift. And because I followed the tutorial, I tried to find something similar that I had in terms of lipstick. But I didn't have anything cool enough, so I just went with the Girl Cult Gloss because it is my go-to.